Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. Some breaking news out of the Second Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott's 6-game suspension for alleged domestic abuse is back on after his appeal is denied by the court, according to Tom Pelissero of NFL.com. Elliott's suspension will last until Week 16 when the Dallas Cowboys take on the Seattle Seahawks. The Macomb High School girls basketball team is switching things up this season, big time. News 3 Sports Director Danny Fry tells you about the new system for MHS.
Lady Bomber basketball is switching to the Grinnell system, far different to Macomb's style of play in years past.
As far as the last couple years, it's 100% different. Last year we were 1-3-1, slow it down and trying to make sure we can hold some teams. At the end of last season, we looked and we were only taking about 40 shots a game, and if you can't hold teams defensively, it's going to be tough.
MHS will sub in and out 5 players at a time while trying to attempt 72 shots per game, with half of those being three-pointers.
It's basically like playing out in your driveway. You know, we've talked to the kids that when you're out in your driveway, you're not the kind of girl that's out there saying, all right, I'm screening for Sally and she's going to get a shoot. Everybody wants to shoot. So far, you know, the kids are excited about it.
Coach Keene made the change after being hospitalized a couple of months ago, which allowed him to put things into perspective.
In the big picture of life, it's not about wins and losses. You know, you're teaching for the kids. You know, it's not about a paycheck. It's not about trying to win championships all the time. In the state of Illinois, where there's 186 3A schools and only one of them can come home with a state title, only 32 of those 186 teams can even win a regional. So it's really about building memories for these kids. And what are they really going to remember 10, 15, 20 years down the road is playing in a system that was fun, that everybody played, everybody had a green light to shoot.
For News 3, I'm Sports Director Danny Fry.
Macomb begins the new campaign by hosting the Lady Bomber Invitational Monday through Saturday at Washington Street Gym. And WIU men's basketball finally kicking off their season this weekend. After losing some productive seniors, the Leathernecks will now look to their deep rotation to compete in the Summit League. WIU men's basketball ready for their opening games, but without their leading scorers from last season. Junior center Brandon Gilbeck will become the new focal point of the WIU offense, but will have to be careful on defense. After a change to the NCAA rules on the freedom of motion, the WIU center says he has been working on moving his feet and staying big. Coach Billy Wright believes Gilbeck will be a powerful center if he can stay out of foul trouble. The Leathernecks' out-of-conference schedule remains tough as they look to grow and compete for the Summit League title. St. Mary's, Minnesota, Eastern Illinois, and Calvary University are the first 3 opponents for WIU. All of those games are at home, and tip-off against St. Mary's of Minnesota is set for 7 o'clock on Saturday. And Western Illinois volleyball returned home on Tuesday night to start a 3-game homestand that will eventually close out the 2017 regular season. Leatherneck head coach Kelly Richardson getting her team pumped up. The Mastodons built an early lead in the first set as Elizabeth Fuerst rises and taps it over for the point. Later in the first set is Jamie Johnson setting it to Mackenzie Steckler with an absolute laser. Set point 26-25 Leathernecks, and they get some help from the Mastodon violation to rally and take set 1. On to set number 2, the libero Claire Grove to Shaylin Greenhaw for the kill down the middle, rising down the court. The Western took control of the second set. Set point, and it's again Greenhaw. She goes over the middle. WIU takes game 2, 25-20. Fort Wayne battling back in the third set, though, after a nice dig by Fuerst. She sets it up. The Mastodons own the third set, 25-20. But the Leathernecks were trying to finish it in 4. Johnson to Greenhaw from the right side, and it stays down line for the kill. Match point, and it's going to be the magic combination. Johnson to Greenhaw, tapping it over, and the celebration is on. The Leathernecks have won back-to-back league matches for the first time since 2013. Western Illinois defeats Fort Wayne 3-1, evening up the season series. The Leathernecks play host to Summit League foe North Dakota State tomorrow night inside Western Hall at 5. WIU men's soccer on the road in Omaha, Nebraska for the Summit League tournament. Before they got on the bus, some international players gave insight on what it's like to be a foreign Leatherneck. For freshman center back Ben Merritt, Macomb is a lot different than home on the south side of London.
I mean, it's been very different, definitely in England. I lived in sort of the city area, I mean, slightly suburban, but mainly the city area, so being in Macomb is quite a difference, just how like sort of remote it is.
American soccer differs vastly from the European style.
So I'd say definitely in England, we like to keep the ball a lot more. It was definitely slower, and then the transition will be much quicker. Where here I see there's more long balls. Everyone seems to be a lot quicker, a lot more sort of athletic.
For goalkeeper Tim Hansen, the American transition came off the field when he had to learn the language.
Basically, like the language, the culture was a big difference when I came over here. and especially soccer as well. And I kind of had to adapt, like how people are like playing and like even living here.
Most foreign players go through an agency to play college soccer.
I was really undecided about it until I found this agency that instead of being a college, there were this agency that would bring players to the States thanks to some athletic scholarship.
And while the United States is great, there's always something at home that players miss.
Yeah, I miss what it's called a meal called paella, which is that like yellow, orange rice from Spain with like seafood and stuff. That's one of the things I love.
A big congratulations to Ben Merritt as he earned Summit League newcomer honors at the tournament banquet last night. The Leathernecks take on Omaha tonight at 5. The winner of that game will play the winner of Eastern Illinois and Denver for the Summit League crown. And Western Illinois football has a chance to collect its 6th road win of the season, which would be the most road victories in program history.
That's special to me. It's a mindset, Dan. It's a mindset. It's that road warrior mentality, that road dog mentality that we're going to go in there and we're going to go in and take it. And it is truly a mindset.
Kickoff against the winless Indiana State Sycamores is at noon Central Time from Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute, Indiana. That's sports. Final word is next.